not to change gears or anything, y'all, and I'm not trying to change gears. So if y'all want to jump back in and just let us know in the comments. But I'm a switch it up just a little bit and go into what happened in Columbus, because that's the thing. Like, Black people do think we will be an exception to a rule, but y'all, the little kid, the 16-year-old female that got shot, Makiyah Wright. Is it right? Makiyah?
Yeah, Makiyah Wright, I believe.
Makiyah, who was shot in Columbus the other day. Unfortunately, that happened to her. But this is the thing. If police officers have been out here shooting and killing unarmed Black people, why should we as a culture believe that they wouldn't shoot us or kill us if we were armed? Like, a lot of people, I'm with everybody who is rah-rah and outraged that this happened to this team, because at the end of the day, I'm a parent to a kid that's about to be a teen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never want my daughter to be in the middle of some shit like that. But unfortunately, the time that we're in, we have seen time after time after time where police literally kill these unarmed Black people. You got police killing Tamar Rice for having a fucking fake gun. So even we knew that this gun was fake, but the mere fact that because they could say that he had a gun in his hand, that justified his death. So why do we feel now that because Derek Chauvin or what Chauvin was found guilty or whatever, that the police wasn't going to do this to this girl who literally was in the middle of stabbing somebody, who was trying to stab somebody? And I'm not justifying nobody's killing, but it's just weird that we're in such an uproar and we want to protest about unarmed killings when this girl had a knife in her hand and we don't understand why. Like, if anything, we should kind of be like, okay, well, now, even though that's not justified, okay, the girl had a knife, what are we going to do from here? I would like to know, where did this go? Because what we see on the internet is weird. Y'all talking about these girls came to this girl's house to beat her up, when this girl own fucking auntie said that them girls lived at that house. They was all in a group home. This girl mama got on TV perked out. She wasn't crying. We don't know what the fuck was wrong with her. All she said was the girl had a mothering nature about her, but why was she in foster care if she was so sweet? Like, what is wrong with you as a mother? Like, as you were saying, it's about accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's figure out what happened in this situation leading up to what happened before we just, did graves. Because a lot of what I'm reading on the internet and a lot of what people are saying is not even what the fuck is coming out in these police reports and in these articles. And I feel like y'all read this shit on the internet and then post your own narrative like that shit is real, and we just running with shit. I don't know.
First of all, y'all want to say, this is how this don't make sense. So if she made the call because she felt her life was in danger, she wanted protection, then she knew that police was on its way. So then she would have got rid of the knife. If anybody called in that group, they probably would have said police on the way. People would have scattered, whatever. She was a child, though. A grown man should be able to subdue a child. Yes, he should.
But it was a whole bunch of grown-ass men and women out there watching that wasn't trying to do shit. When that police officer showed up to do its job, the police job, and told that girl to drop that knife, if we can all hear in that video, hey, drop the knife, blah, 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 and she still was going to stab. One thing we know, if the police wasn't shooting Black people every day, these motherfuckers are trained to shoot until the person is down. That's what they're trained to. If I was mad right now and you shot me, if you shot me in a non-lethal place where I can still move my body, I'm still going to stab, because that's what adrenaline in my brain is telling me to do. Police is trained to shoot until you're down. That officer shot that girl until she was down. She didn't die after those shots when that officer did. She made it to the hospital and was going through surgery and died in surgery. But we're so trained to believe everything social media tell us. Y'all don't know the whole story, and half these people aren't reading for themselves.
And it just, I can't help but think it was put out. Like, I'm not saying it didn't happen or no shit like that, but I just think here we go with another agitation. It's almost like they want to keep us in constant agitation.
Agitation,
And it's
right.
not
Where we was happy that fucking Derek Chauvin was,
Chauvin.
yeah, Chauvin, fuck him, the killer. We was happy his ass finally got a guilty charge, and now all of a sudden, here you got these police that killed this girl, and we don't know if it was justifiable or not.
Mm.
You're right.
You,
Because you see people coming out that said that Sandy Hook shit was fake.
but it's like, yeah, and it's just like, it's so crazy. What made it strange was, again, like we talked earlier, was the celebrity responses, how quick they was responding, the shit that they were
And
saying.
how it was wrong.
Right, in two different articles, got her name misspelled.
Her age different. How
Yeah,
the fuck is the police not trying to identify her, but her family already have? And then the police is still not trying to say that this is right, this is that girl. It's still some people saying 15, some people saying 16. Like,
it was too many inconsistencies, and
for
not to
me,
crazy, but I kept waiting. Did you see any blood spill out of her?
no,
I didn't either. I was
no.
confused, like, what?
I've looked at several articles, watched several times where they've replayed that video. Even in them doing CPR, it never seemed like that shit was just, I mean, it's weird because in the video, yes, you can see a girl charging with a knife, but at the point where she fell, it's only certain media outlets that's even showing that part. You know, this is where a taser would have been appropriate. You're absolutely right. A
Yeah,
taser would have been appropriate. But this is the thing. If you read, if you've actually read and done the research on what happened, the police got a call that said someone's out here with a knife trying to stab me and hung up. So the police is already coming on high alert. That also goes back to what happened in Chicago. When the police responded to that 13-year-old boy's call, it was shots fired. So when the police pulled up, they were already on edge because it was shots fired. So now I gotta chase this 13-year-old boy through the neighborhood holding a gun. If you guys saw that story, the boy threw the gun, the police showed the still. So it's not like these aren't situations where at the end of the day, if Big Wit was a police officer and it was my life or your life, I mean, shit, I might
right.
shoot. You know
So,
what I'm saying? Y'all got to realize that police are people too. And I'm not trying to say, well, what they're doing is right. But in some of these situations, we just feel like, oh, Black Lives Matter. They not going to shoot me. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. We don't know who the fuck called the police. None of these articles, if you can find an article that said who called the police, DM it to me right motherfucking now. Because everything that I've read said that somebody called the police and said a girl was trying to stab me and they hung up. Police never got a name or nothing. So these police pulled up on the scene already trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. They probably already was expecting a dead body. So when this man hopped out of the car, which y'all can see on the fucking body cam, sis came charging at the police at another girl. Motherfucker fell. She then turned around, yes, because this girl in the pink was trying to get at her. She turned around trying to stab this bitch. Man said, hey, drop the knife, get down, stand down, stand down. She wasn't doing nothing but still trying to stab that girl. So he shot. Worst case scenario, the police officer didn't shoot this girl, but the girl was able to stab the girl in the pink. So the girl in the pink still died. The difference in that story is a teenager would have still died. The difference is we probably would have never heard about it because it wasn't the police involved. And that's what's fucked up.
when he was shooting, maybe I'm losing my mind, but when he was shooting, right, and you looking like who he's shooting at, the person I thought he was shooting at was not the person who ended up on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know what I thought. I didn't even think he was shooting at her. I thought he was shooting at the fucking windows or something. I said, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a lot of weird shit going on in this video, and nobody wants to watch a child die. Nobody wants
Hey,
to.
chill, chill.
But I'm gonna stand on the fact that I looked, because I'm sitting here like, did a child just really get shot? And then I'm sitting here and I didn't see no blood or nothing.
Yeah, I didn't see that shit. Cause what's crazy is y'all remember a couple years ago, I think it was in Ohio too, if we gonna be honest, to be
Oh,
real.
that.
I think no, it was in Cleveland, if this is the same thing I'm talking about.
Mm,
So y'all remember a couple years ago on Facebook Live when I believe we had this man in a car with somebody who was playing with a gun, and the gun went off and shot the motherfucker in the head, and you saw the blood coming out and shit streamed down, and he slumped over and all. Remember that video on Facebook Live? You saw the blood. There was no blood. What you saw is this girl go down and then they render CPR.
yeah.
I'm again not saying any of this was fake. You know, at the very end of the day, it's unfortunate that a teen
Mm.
had to be in the middle of this, regardless if it was real, fake, or whatever. But
And what
what I'm trying to say at the end of the day is we have to hold ourselves accountable. You can't be out here holding no motherfucking knife, trying to in the middle of stabbing somebody, and then be like, oh, the police didn't do this. Yes, I believe in tasers. I also believe in rubber bullets. I think that it's a lot of things that the police can do more to de-escalate a situation. But
mm,
in these very situations, the police is trained to kill. I don't give a fuck how many times somebody can comment and say what they seen in a white person video where this white man was holding a knife to the police and this is what the police did and blah, 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 blah. What we know as a culture to be fact
we
is
know.
that the police will shoot us when we're unarmed. So for the mere fact that you're armed and you got a knife in your hand, that justifies what the fuck they do to us even more.
Yeah.
So as a culture, it's time for us to get the fuck together, band together, and do what's right. If we're going to fucking rally about what the police is doing to us, how about we also rally about the little girl in Chicago who was shot in the fucking McDonald's drive-through by a stray bullet from a black man this week as well? Because black people are also killing black people, but that shit don't seem to matter to y'all because it's not the police officers or it's not a white person and all the rest of this. Just last week, and I'm not sure where all our fucking viewers are from, but just last week in Detroit, last weekend, between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it probably was about 10 shootings. So are we going to protest about that shit as well? Like, the thing is, we want to pick and choose as a culture what the fuck we up warring about or what the fuck we mad about, and not everything on the surface. So if I go out and kill a black person, it don't matter. As long, what matters is when the cops kill us, right? Because that's what the fuck y'all showing us. So as long as it's black on black crime, white on black crime, or whatever, it don't matter. But when the police do it to us, that's when the fuck we mad. When the fuck we gonna really be mad and stand up for what the fuck is really right? When, and then the thing is, I'm not saying that this happening in Michigan, but even there in Minneapolis, y'all tearing up shit in y'all own communities, which means when this is all said and done, you motherfuckers gotta drive out to the suburbs where they don't want your ass anyway to do business. What the fuck is up with that shit? Like, burning down places, especially that has insurance, is doing nothing, and it means absolutely nothing to these corporations because that shit is insured. What that means is in Minneapolis, that Dollar Tree that they burned down in the middle of the hood won't be built again. So the next time you motherfuckers want to go to the Dollar Tree, you might gotta drive out further. That's what the fuck that means. Meanwhile, Lil Pookie and them is in somebody's alley shooting your fucking cousin, and that don't mean fucking nothing.
And it's crazy because I get street justice. Somebody, somebody in the comments always got an answer for everything. So they was claiming like he was scamming a bunch of people, blah, blah, blah.
Who,
But
George Floyd?
no, the guy that just got the baby, the father of the kid that just got killed. And that,
Dante Wright?
no, what you was just talking about, it was a father and his daughter in a drive-through. And
Oh, right. The father.
right.
Right.
So I get it. Like, you can't keep, I was saying this. The problem with us and this ignorant shit that we do, these get quick rich and PP loans and all this ignorant shit that we do, we don't just do it once and not even just twice. Maybe you might really push the envelope and do it twice. Y'all start working this shit like it's a 9-to-5 job, like it's a joke. scamming people, and that shit is going to catch up with you, and then you're
Right.
shocked when it does. So I get people being pissed, but even with street justice, kids got to be off limits.
Kids got to be off
You know what I'm
limits.
saying?
You got people shooting up in houses. You don't know who you hitting. Your
Right?
fucking target is one person, but you done killed his whole family.
Yeah.
That shit fucked up.
It just don't make no sense. And this is the shit that we got to stop, man. You know, this is
Black Lives Matter, Harv is not showing up. Harv 96, Black Lives Matter, that organization is only going to show up when it's a national call for some bullshit, when this could be something that we can get around and every camera in the whole nation is going to be focused on this situation. Unfortunately, those two brothers had to die in DC, but Black Lives Matter is not going to show up. I think we said this about, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago? We don't have, I don't know why we're dependent on this Black Lives Matter organization when nobody can, anybody watching this in this live right now, drop in the comments right now if you can and tell me one thing that Black Lives Matter organization has ever done in your community, not across the world, your community alone. And if you can do that, I'm good. Black Lives Matter is not an inner city community organization. That's some shit that's gonna collect these people money and ain't shit gonna happen. I'ma say it until I'm blue in the face. If you motherfuckers ain't voting for y'all state representatives, for y'all motherfucking city council people, and for the people that's gonna represent your inner city community, shut the fuck up. Because these are the people who gonna make change for you. Not these motherfuckers who say Black Lives Matter. Yeah, Black lives does matter. I do feel like that. Yes, Black lives matter. But Black lives are only going to matter to people who do the shit to create change. 2 girls fighting today at a liquor store and one lost her leg. Happened in Saginaw. They were friends. Boo, I ain't even see that. Now that's ghetto. How she lose her leg? Did she get stabbed or shot? That's ghetto. How the fuck you lose your leg fighting? I'm over all this shit. Like, y'all, at this point, Big Wit is 33 years old. I don't got no time to fight with nobody on this bitch. So if you got a beef with me and you step to me, I'm shooting your ass. I got a shotgun. I got plenty of bullets. And it's Michigan is a stand, pinned her with her car. That's fucked up. Michigan is a stand your ground state, real talk. So if you come for me, be ready to die because I'm shooting your ass. That's just it. I don't got time to be fighting. I don't got time for none of that shit. At the end of the day, I got asthma. So I be about to fight your ass and die anyway. So I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm tired of this shit. Y'all be out here doing the fucking most, but blame white people. Y'all, seriously, this is my own fucking backyard here in Saginaw and moved to Saginaw. I don't live in the city, y'all. I live outside in the suburbs, but that's neither here nor there. My motherfucking mailing address says Saginaw, Michigan. So you bitches is out here really fighting, pinning motherfuckers with the car. Y'all whole lives is gonna be over. You're gonna be sitting in jail for the rest of your life, probably over a beef about some dick. You know how many dicks is out here? I never in my 33 years of living beef with a bitch over no dick. That's what I don't got time for. Cause like my sis said in the beginning or in the middle of this live, you wash that shit off and you go ahead and you bust it open for somebody motherfucking else. Shit. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit with black people and then we be fucking mad at the other fucking races. You know I'm mad now because I'm swinging this motherfucking hookah string in the middle of this motherfucking live. I am turned up now because this is not what the fuck we stand for. And then we get out here and be outraged. Oh, that police officer should be condemned or this person. When we don't hold the same fucking values for ourselves. How the fuck you expect other races to respect black people when black people don't respect black people? And then we get out here and expect mediocre bullshit. You allow these businesses to treat you like you ain't shit, but they gonna still take your black dollar. But you want to take this shit from your fellow black person. You want to get in motherfucking hell. Y'all motherfuckers want to sit there on these motherfuckers. I'm not talking about you people on this live, so I hope y'all don't be mad and want to drop off. But for y'all motherfucking friends, be mad and be turned up. Some of y'all on this live might be fucking business owners, might be entrepreneurs, and have friends who call themselves ride or fucking die friends who won't share your shit. Bitch, I'm not asking you to come on my shit and do some shit. All I'm asking you to do is share the shit, because you might got some people on in your platform who might not know my shit, but who could see it and who could benefit from it, or who might fucking like it. But you so fucking uptight, you won't even share my shit. And y'all still be wanting to be friends with these motherfuckers. I'm mad now, y'all. I'm mad now. I'm turned the fuck up because I'm sick of this shit. We on this motherfucker. We both have platforms. You got Raquel with Rocky Road Media, and you got me with mywhitneyb.com. And Raquel is really bringing some shit. Everything is under her platform. You watching Rants and Robes, Love and Success, Shade of Shenanigans, Vitamin D, Sports Talk, all this shit. And she probably got friends right now that she been friends with 4 years that won't even share her shit. And that's what's fucked up with us. But we expect that shit from other people. We as a culture should be ashamed of ourselves, but then want to get in a business and expect other people to do that shit for us. Nah, fuck y'all. And I'm not saying fuck y'all that's on this live, but fuck all y'all who know y'all not shit, who gonna watch this shit. Because you not shit. I don't give a fuck about your business. That's what be fucked up. And if you own this shit and you support us, go to Rocky Road Media and My Whitney B right fucking now. Subscribe, like, and do what the fuck you gotta do and share our shit. Because this shit not gonna get out without y'all help.